During Ramadan, Muslims cannot eat or drink during daylight hours. Smoking, and anything indecent or excessive are also prohibited. Ramadan is remembered as the month in which the Prophet Muhammad received the first of the revelations that make up the Quran. Because Ramadan is based on the lunar calendar rather than the Gregorian calendar, the holiday starts 11 to 12 days earlier than it did the previous year. It takes about 33 Islamic years for Ramadan to return to the same place on the Gregorian calendar. The word Ramadan is from the Arabic root ramida or ar-ramad, which means scorching heat or dryness. This is because Ramadan typically takes place during the summer. Ramadan requires Muslims to fast during the daylight hours. Muslims who live in places with a midnight sun or polar night follow the sunlight hours of Mecca. A month of fasting doesn't necessarily lead to weight loss. Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. The other pillars are salat, prayer, shahada, and affirmation that there is no deity besides God and his prophet as Muhammad, zakat, charity, and hajj, making a pilgrimage to Mecca at least once during one's lifetime. All adults are required to fast during Ramadan, except those who are elderly, ill, traveling, pregnant, breastfeeding, diabetic, chronically ill, or menstruating. Children are not required to fast during Ramadan until they reach puberty.
If someone is sick during Ramadan and is unable to fast, he or she can make up the fast when they recover.
If someone deliberately breaks their fast during Ramadan for no legitimate reason, they are required to make up the missed day later. After Ramadan is over, Muslims have a 3-day celebration called Eid al-Fitr, or Festival of the Breaking of the Fast, where people come together to eat, enjoy family and friends, and exchange gifts. Fasting during Ramadan occurs from dawn until sunset. Before dawn, Muslims eat a pre-fast meal called sahur. At sunset, they break the fast with a meal called iftar. In many Muslim countries, restaurants remain open during Ramadan, with a sign posted stating that food will be served to non-Muslim people only. While Ramadan calls for a month of fasting, the demand for food actually increases. After iftar, the meal after sundown, people flock to cafes to eat and meet friends. Because drinking water is prohibited while fasting during Ramadan, dehydration-related illnesses often increase. If a non-Muslim meets a Muslim during Ramadan, the appropriate greeting is Ramadan Mubarak, which means, have a blessed Ramadan. In order to declare the beginning of Ramadan, Muslim-majority countries, such as Saudi Arabia, depend on the moonsighters. When these moonsighters see a crescent moon, Ramadan can begin.
Crescent moon fact: the crescent moon is a powerful symbol for Muslims.
During Ramadan, charities report higher levels of donations and activity. Ramadan is also called the month of the Quran. Muslims usually eat a date to break their fast, followed by juice. Of the 7 billion people in the world, 22% (1.6 billion) fast during Ramadan. Strange Ramadan fact: Muslims make up the world's second largest religious group, after Christians, with an estimated 1.8 billion Muslims worldwide. If done correctly, fasting during Ramadan can release endorphins that improve mental well-being. It can also help detoxify the body. The 2 main branches of Islam, the Sunnis and Shiites, break their Ramadan fasts differently. Sunnis typically break their fast when the sun is no longer on the horizon, but the sky is still light. Shiites break their fast when the last ray of light has gone. Chewing gum is considered eating. Muslims are not allowed to chew gum during Ramadan. The fanus is a type of light or lantern that is traditionally used during Ramadan. It represents hope and a light in the darkness. The need to correctly identify the beginning of Ramadan by citing the halal crescent moon led Muslim scholars to study astronomy. Wives spend twice as long cooking during Ramadan than during the rest of the year. Around the world, many Muslims often break their Ramadan fast with the homeless, in what has been dubbed "Feed It Forward."